What is going on, my stock market bulls and bears? It is your boy Terry Stonkers, and welcome to my channel, baby. Buy the dip. All right, guys, we got to talk about this hot SPAC right now, and then the SPACs had a rough time, but the good SPACs are starting to really get some attention, and this is one that I have been buying, and I say, you know what, I got to do a video on it because I believe there's still possibly more room for this thing to run, even though it's up crazy amounts right now. I think it's up like 40%. Talking about that ticker symbol, Ggpi stock, Gores. They are merging with Polestar, guys. Check out this chart from basically just Friday. The stock was down here at $11, hanging around the 11, and then boom, it just started shooting up here, and you can see it was up to $12.80, $12.70, and then after hours, it just shot up the whole way to $14.44. Look at the 6 months. Back in June, it was $9.80. Here, it was about $9.80 in August. Even here in October, beginning of October, it was still $10, which is basically almost your baseline for a SPAC. And there you can see the run up. That don't show the after hours, but yeah, there's the after hours right there. Okay, so the first thing I want to bring you is this information here. I've seen this going around. And this is some of the reasons why I am pretty bullish on Ggpi, and I must say, yes, I am a shareholder of Ggpi. Right now, I'm doing very well in the position, and am I going to add more to it at $14? Possibly. I'm going to see how this rides out and see what we got. But here is some DD that we got. Look at this. It is very undervalued. It's silly. Rivian has a $103 billion valuation. They only have 42 cars delivered, mainly to employees, and expects to spend over $1 billion this quarter to make $1 million in revenue. Now we know Rivian's high flying right now because they're backed by Jeff Bezos and Amazon, so we get why they're kind of way up there. But I believe once this stock starts falling, Rivian's going to come down hard to a more reasonable valuation because yeah, they're just not really even producing cars yet. And we're going to get down that into another one here. Here we got Fisker, FSR, $5.9 billion valuation. It is expected to deliver 700 cars, 700 vehicles by 2023. Another 2 years, and they currently have zero revenue. So crazy, crazy stuff here. And here's one we got to talk about. Lucid, LCID, a $72 billion valuation. It expects to deliver 577 cars in 2021 with only 13,000 reservations for $76 million in revenue. Now that is their really expensive version. I believe the $180,000, $200,000 Lucid Air Dream Edition, I believe what that is. But here is the one that we got to talk about. Ggpi Polestar only has a $20 billion valuation, sold and delivered over 10,000 cars in 2020 alone. And expects to deliver 29,000 cars in 2021. I think they meant to say 2021. It says they delivered over 10,000 cars so far. Unless they're meaning here in 2020 to ramp up sales even more, and they're going to have a $1.2 billion in revenue. So that is very phenomenal right there. As you can see, there's no one else on this chart that is going to have the kind of revenue that Polestar has. So just wanted to put that out there. Now, the next thing I wanted to cover, that was where I searched it on the Fintel. All right, yeah. So here we are on the premium Fintel version, guys, of Polestar Ggpi. I wanted to take a look here, actually. This first thing I wanted to show you, here is the filing. There's an article out right here. Polestar SPAC Gores Guggenheim surges after proxy filing overnight. EV excitement. And here you can see this is the filing they did. The 10Q filed on Friday the 12th. And it does have a lot of great information in down here. It even gives you, now these are, I guess you would say, it says right here, unaudited balance sheets. But if you look here at the total assets, $802 million. $802 million in total assets. If you get out here and look at total liabilities, $86 million. And here you can see the Class A possible redemption, 80 million, 0 shares. It valued at redemption at $10 per share. That's the SPAC, I believe, at 800 million. And if you get out here and look, Total liabilities and stockholders' equity. And if it's in parentheses, that means it's a deficit. This is not a deficit, guys. $802 million. Now, they do have total stockholders in deficit, 84.4 million. So it does have all this. Like I said, this is all unaudited. So we don't know how accurate all this is here. Now, I do want to show you something else that I found very interesting. And that's going to be under the, not the insiders, but the owners. This is going to tell you how many shares are currently outstanding on Ggpi, the SPAC. And here you can see 100,000 shares are issued under the shares outstanding. So, and even 100 million shares are issued out. And look at this here. Institutional shares are 44.2 million. So that basically means 44.2% of these shares is already out of the market. That leaves about 50, 55, 56% of shares left. Now, if we go here and take a look at the insiders, what do they make up? Don't have anything really currently listed here on the insiders yet. But yeah. All right, let's go take a look here at the short interest. I wonder if we got anything here on the short interest. I don't know if you can really short. Yeah, they are shorting the SPAC. So here we go. Looks like the short interest is around 2.4 million shares, about 3%. And dark pool short volume ratio is 21.17. Short squeeze scores is 73.67, ranked 511 out of 5,400 stocks. Yeah, I think a lot of shorts possibly covered because look at this here. They were down to, on the 12th, guys, 100,000 shares. They returned them. It went to 900,000. They returned a little more, went to 1 million. And then someone returned 9 million shares. So someone got scared. They closed out that position. I think that was very smart because this stock is going to run like crazy. You can see here, 10 million shares on the 10th. Went down to 100,000 shares on Friday the 12th. And someone said, I better put these back because I'm getting burnt right now, if you know what I'm saying. It says short borrower fees of 1.3. You can see back here in the 5th, they were starting to short this very heavy. 25% short borrower fee, so that's very interesting. Let's see, on the 12th, we had only a 21.17 short volume ratio. A lot of volume there in the FINRA. You can see 20.8 million shares. They shorted about 4.4. Look here at this is all three exchanges, the FINRA, CBOE, and PSX. Combined volume is 25.6 million. They shorted about 23% of that. Looks like the last failure to delivers was back here is 137,000. And looks like they're only shorting about 3% of the float that we can see as of now. Yeah, about 3%. All right. So I normally don't like to go and cover a lot of these articles, but this is pretty positive news, as you can see why the stock kind of took off. They have some pretty good bullet points. It's a SPAC taking the electric car maker Polestar public. It jumped 16% after company filed a preliminary proxy last night. And here we go. Polestar, yeah, it's going through the company. It's going to have a $20 billion valuation. I think that is very low considering. You can see the move in Ggpi comes after Rivian's. Rose again today, following an IPO, has now gained 65% from its IPO, which is crazy. Rival electric car maker Lucid, which also went public through a SPAC, has risen 83%. Since its de-SPACing in late July, Lucid now holds a market cap of $65 billion. So there's that one. There is also this article out here on the Investor Place. All right, so Gores here is the rare EV SPAC that's not all talk. Polestar already has 2 great cars in production. This here kind of gives you the breakdown. We don't need to go over that. We're going to go over the bullet points. And right here. The long history of success. Polestar is a Swedish electric car maker. Founded in 1996, it's got to start developing performance hardware and software for racing vehicles in Volvo. Volvo Cars is a Swedish automotive manufacturer in luxury vehicles, founded in 1927. All right, let's get down here. Why I'm excited about Ggpi stock. Alec Gores, the founder of Gores, has stated, SPACs are great as long as not being abused. He has this to say. So I believe the SPAC product is a great product as long as it's not being abused. So as a sponsor, you will have to be very, very responsible. You have to know what you're doing. You also have to bring in great companies. So a great sponsor, meet great companies, make good SPAC, and a great SPAC. Here he also discovers why he sees Polestar as a great opportunity. We literally see so many deals. The first thing, we vet things out quickly. Then we have a lot of conversations around things. We find the art is to start with a great company with the potential to be a leader in the space. Then you go to the management team, then to the product. A great product, revenues, projections of all these things have to be met. Most important, we have to be aligned with the management team in case Thomas, Polestar CEO, and their team is incredible. Also, having Volvo relationship helps here. So here you go. Here's down some of the key highlights for Polestar. Polestar has 2 models now in production, Polestar 1 and Polestar 2, with plans to launch 3 cars by year 2024. Polestar considers itself to be the only global EV pure player alongside Tesla. I love it. I love it. Premium luxury EVs are the fastest growing segments in the global car market. Sales are expected to rise from 29,000 cars in 2021 to 290,000 cars by 2025. Guys, I do like that about this play. This company already has vehicles out on the road. If you go on Twitter and just tag Ggpi or Polestar, you're going to see people posting pictures of them standing beside a Polestar all over, the world here. Expecting revenue in 2021, 1.6 billion, and is expected to increase to 17.8 billion by year 2025. By the year 2025, the EBITDA margin expected to be 9%. EBITDA break-even is expected to be in 2023. So what that means is the break-even occurs in 2023, which is very good for Polestar. I'm optimistic because in contrast to other SPACs, they have to go that have brought EV automakers public based on plans alone. Polestar already has 2 models under production. I love it. So here you can see Polestar has a well-established geographical presence in North America, Europe, Asia, and Pacific. By not focusing on just the US, Polestar opens up more potential sales globally. And down here it does give a little bit more of his the bottom line on Ggpi stock. But there is also, as we said, we got to say there's always going to be risk when it comes to SPACs, when it comes to investing, especially EV, companies. There's always risk involved. But yeah, I am super excited about Ggpi Polestar. Comment down below. Are you going to be buying in? I bought this in I think it was 12s, the mid 12s. I bought this. I saw it kind of hovering there. I just had a feeling. It's like, why wasn't I buying this more at $10? It was just kind of floundering there. I saw it hyping up to 11, and then I saw it hanging in the 12. I said, there's going to be a breakout on this. And then luckily I bought it, and then literally they announced that they did the filing there after hours. So yeah, am I going to buy more? Possibly. I was buying Lucid in 20s and 30s, guys, before it ran up to 60 and sold off. So would I consider buying Polestar 14, 15, 16? Possibly. I'm going to have to see how the market takes it and go from there. So I am currently a shareholder, and we're going to just see what happens. So hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Leave any kind of comment. It helps the algorithms out, and the thumbs up helps out as well. So I'll catch you all next video, guys. Peace.